do number 8. It says Priyanka plays a game in which she can win, lose, or draw. Here's the thing. So, and they say, well, complete the table. So probability, you know that the things should add up to 1. So come on. This one is easy. So we're going to say 1 minus these two, 0.3 and 0.25. If we add them together, we say 0.25 plus 0.3, 0.30. 5 plus 0, 5, 2 plus, so it's going to be 0.55, isn't it? So you just say, okay, what is 1.00 minus 0.55? You start with this 10, this becomes 6, right? 10 minus 5 is 5. Then here you put a 10, then here it becomes a 1. 10 minus 6 is 4, so it becomes 0.45. So this is going to be 0.45. I've completed the table, and that's what you should do. Now let's see here. Priyanka plays this game 120 times. Work out the expected number of games she wins. So she plays it 120. We want the number of games she will win. So what is the probability of winning? At 0.3. So you're going to say the probability of winning 0.3 times 120. And this is going to be, okay, going to give us the number of wins. So now what is this going to be? 0.3 times 120. Here's a game you can do when you're dealing with things that have a comma. So you want to say 120 times 0.3, right? You want to multiply this. So what you're going to do first is you're going to multiply as if it was a 3. Then you move the comma one time to the left because it was supposed to be a 0.3. You understand? So we're going to remove one last digit that will be at the end. That is what we're going to do. One last digit that will be at the end, we're going to remove it because it was actually a 0.3, not a 3. So we say, what is 120 times 3? You know, 12 times 3 is 36, right? So 120 times 3 would have been 360. But because there's this 0.3, there'll be a comma here, which will make it 36.0. So this is going to be 36 times. And your answer is going to be 36. And you can erase this, okay? Now we are here. D is the square root of 1.9 times 9.92 squared, whatever. Then they say, by writing each number correct to one significant figure, work out an estimate. So this is going to be nice because we are going to round off to 1 SF, all these things. Then we can find an estimate. They said to 1 SF. If you're rounding off to 1 SF, you're looking at SF number 2 for all of them. SF number 2. So here, for 1.95, SF number 2, is it 2 and is it 5 and above? Yes. So we add 1, it becomes a 2. Times here, SF number 2, is it not 5 and above? Yes. So this becomes a 10. So it's a 10 squared all over. This is this 8.07, this 0, is it a 5 and above? No. So it's going to be over 8. So now what are we going to have here? We're going to have D is equal to the square root of 2 times 100 over 8, which is D is going to be the square root of 200 over 8. You see? So you can now say D is going to be the square root of what? Because 10 squared is 100. So that's why we said 100 times 2, which is 200 over 8. Do you understand? So now if you want, you can try to simplify. It's still fine because you want to find an estimate. You can try to simplify. Okay, what number goes into 200 and into 8? 4. Okay, 4. 4 into 20 is 5. 4 into 0 is 0. Into 8 is 2. So it's going to be 50 over 2, which is going to be the square root of 25. That's our D, and that is just going to be, D is going to be 5. So what is that? It's going to be 5. So D is going to be 5. You see? So this is going to be 5, and you are done. We reduced it slowly for those who couldn't just make the long division and stuff. That's why I always like to do it the harder way, the slower way, so that everyone is on the same page. You understand? So yes, now we are doing number 10, and then the next question we'll do it in the next video. Number 10 is quite long. I wish I had done it on its own. So okay, let's do number 10 on its own. Goodbye for now.